The storm did not end. It only went silent. Rome was still standing, but something had changed. The enemy was no longer at the gates. It was already inside. And this time, history would not be decided on the battlefield. After the plundering, the city was almost completely destroyed, and the cities of Padua, Verona, Milan, and Pavia likewise could not escape Attila's wrath. The Roman forces were unable to respond to Attila's fury due to their numerical inferiority and lack of combat strength. However, after devastating nearly half of the Italian peninsula, Attila's army halted just a few kilometers short of Rome for unknown reasons. According to historians' estimates, an unknown disease had spread throughout the Hunnic army. In addition, due to famine in Italy, the Hunnic soldiers had become too weak from hunger to fight. For this reason, as both sides sought peace, a truce was signed between Valentinian and Attila. In 453, Attila returned to his empire but died unexpectedly while planning a campaign against Constantinople, the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire. With Attila's death, both the Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire were relieved of a great threat. Emperor Valentinian executed the Roman general Aetius due to his failure in the face of the Hunnic attacks. And 1 year later he himself fell victim to an assassination. Taking advantage of the internal turmoil that erupted at this time, the Vandals landed on the peninsula and began plundering Rome. Due to both the famine in Rome and the decline in the number of soldiers in the empire, the Western Roman Empire was unable to respond to this plundering. After a plunder lasting a full 14 days, the Vandals left Rome behind them thousands of dead, a devastated city, and an empire whose image had been severely damaged. After this disaster, Majorianus, a renowned Roman general, ascended to the imperial throne. After assuming power, he formed a strong army by recruiting mercenaries from the Ostrogoths, Burgundians, Huns, and Alans in order to strengthen the Roman army. He then marched into Spain and defeated the Visigoths and Suebi, who were attempting to expand their territories, thus preventing their further advance. From there, he moved into Gaul and drove the Franks, Burgundians, and Germans out of Gallic lands through a series of battles. Later, as he was preparing to launch a campaign against the Vandals in North Africa, the Roman general Ricimer staged a coup against Majorianus and had him executed in 461. With the death of Majorianus, the Western Roman Empire entered a period of decline starting in 461. After this date, General Ricimer, who took control of the state, appointed numerous puppet emperors until his death in 472. While the emperors who came to power between 472 and 475 were unable to prevent the collapse of the Western Roman Empire. The last emperor, Romulus Augustus, ascended the throne in 475. During this period, Odoacer, the leader of a Germanic tribe, marched from the north with 30,000 men and captured the capital, Ravenna. The child Emperor Romulus, unable to offer any resistance, was deposed by Odoacer and sent into exile. Although the remaining Senate of the Empire requested aid from the Eastern Roman Empire, Eastern Roman Emperor Zeno officially recognized Odoacer as ruler. Thus, in 476, the Western Roman Empire officially came to an end, and the kingdom of Odoacer was established in its place. The year 476, which marks the end of the Western Roman Empire, is also considered the beginning of the Middle Ages. Although the deposition of the last Emperor Romulus is accepted as the official collapse of the Western Roman Empire, some historians claim that the West actually fell in 480. In the Eastern Roman Empire, Arcadius, who came to power after the division of the Roman Empire, was only 18 years old. Timid in nature and heavily influenced by his wife, Arcadius was unable in the early years of his reign to prevent the Visigoths from entering Thrace and burning and plundering everything. After the death of Arcadius, his 7-year-old son Theodosius II became the new emperor of the Eastern Roman Empire. However, because of his young age, the empire was ruled until 415 by Anthemius, one of the high-ranking officials. When Theodosius II was considered an adult in 416, he took over the administration of the empire and assumed power. he experienced his first serious problem with the Sassanid Empire in the east, and when the war fought between 421 and 422 produced no result, he signed a peace treaty that would last until 441. With the death of the Western Roman Emperor Honorius in 423, the Senate had placed an ordinary official named Johannes on the throne as emperor. However, refusing to accept this, Theodosius sent his army to Ravenna, the capital of the West, in 425. In the battle fought there, the Eastern Roman army emerged victorious, while the city of Ravenna was plundered by the army. In the face of this fraternal attack, the plundering ended when the Western Roman Empire sought help from the European Hunnic Empire, and the Huns arrived in Ravenna in a short time. Avoiding a war against the Hunnic ruler and his powerful army, Theodosius withdrew with his forces back to Constantinople. However, neither Theodosius nor the Eastern Roman Empire would get rid of the Huns so easily. Indeed, in the following years, the Hunnic ruler launched a Balkan campaign claiming that the empire was attempting to incite rebellion within the Hunnic army and the tribes allied to the Huns in order to separate them. As the Huns advanced by occupying lands up to the Roman border, Theodosius, who offered no resistance, agreed to pay an annual tribute of 114 kilograms of gold in order to live in peace with the Huns. With the death of Rua in 434 and Attila succeeding him, the Hunnic threat to the Roman Empire began once again. Wanting to renew the agreement with the Eastern Roman Empire, Attila arranged a meeting with the envoys of Theodosius. In the agreement reached, when the Eastern Roman Empire agreed to double the tribute it was paying to the Huns and pay 230 kilograms of gold, peace was established between the two sides. Relieved of the danger posed by Attila through this agreement, Theodosius breathed a sigh of relief, of course only for a while. By the year 446, Attila and his army launched a Balkan campaign, using the excuse that the Eastern Roman Empire had not remained loyal to the agreement. Reaching as far as Pleven in a short time, Attila completely destroyed the Eastern Roman army that confronted him there. After this victory, Attila sent part of his army to Greece and advanced toward Constantinople with his main forces. Realizing that he could not resist the Hunnic army that had advanced as far as present-day Bykchekmas, Theodosius II proposed a new agreement. With the Treaty of Anatolia signed in 447, Theodosius II tripled the tribute and agreed to pay 700 kilograms of gold. Until the year 450, when Theodosius II died, many nobles lost their wealth due to the tributes paid to the Huns. The people revolted, and because of economic collapse, many people either died of hunger or committed suicide out of poverty. Marcinus, who ascended the throne after Theodosius, annulled the agreement made by Theodosius and stopped paying tribute to Attila. He then sent troops to the Balkans and defeated the Hunnic armies there several times. After devastating the Italian peninsula in 452, Attila returned to present-day Hungary and, while planning a campaign against the East, died, causing the Huns to enter a rapid period of collapse and cease to be a threat to the Eastern Roman Empire. After this date, the Eastern Roman Empire lived in relative peace, apart from a few minor clashes on its borders, until the collapse of the Western Roman Empire in 476. When Odoacer deposed Emperor Romulus in 476 and brought an end to the Western Roman Empire, Eastern Roman Emperor Zeno did not oppose it. The reason for this was his desire to be recognized as the sole ruler of the East, that is, of the true Roman Empire. In the following years, Theodoric, the leader of the Ostrogoths living in Roman territories, was seeking a land for his people to settle in and posed a threat to the Eastern Roman Empire in the Balkan Peninsula. Emperor Zeno quickly made an agreement with Theodoric, persuaded him to fight against Odoacer, and encouraged him to attack Italy. While the war that continued in Italy until 490 was won by Theodoric, the Eastern Roman Empire was relieved of this threat as all the Ostrogoths migrated to Italy. After this event, the Eastern Roman Empire lived in peace for a while, and when the year 527 arrived, Justinian I, who sought to restore Rome to its former power, ascended the throne. When Justinian ascended the throne, His sole aim was to reclaim the western territories that Rome had lost. To achieve this goal, he appointed Belisarius as the commander of the Eastern Roman army. In 533, Belisarius achieved his first major success by inflicting a heavy defeat on the Vandals in North Africa and occupying their lands. The Western Roman Empire was gone, but Rome itself was not finished. In the east, a new emperor rose with an old dream. Justinian did not want to rule what remained of Rome. He wanted to rebuild what the world had lost. And with Belisarius at his side, the fire of Rome was about to burn again.